Ladies and gentlemen, I am Mr. Usman Drame. I am going to serve as the co-moderator of the graduation ceremony of Babylon Comprehensive School 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just had the annual principal report by the humble principal of Babylon Comprehensive School, who is no other person other than Baensa Toure. Can we give him a bigger round of applause? DJ, ladies and gentlemen, ñu ngi nuyu ku nekk ci turam ak santam, ku mi jógee wax kaddu moom mooy Baensa Toure. School bu nekk rek day am alkaano. Babylon Comprehensive School Baensa Toure mooy suñu alkaano. Baensa Toure daf fi jógee the activity report of 2024 to 2025 academic year. Activity reports dafa joxe ndam yu school bi am ak challenges yu school bi am, jafe-jafe yu school bi am. Baensa mu ne administration bi ñu ngi try seen kéemtalaay kattan pour provide a conducive environment pour xale yi seen xel dal ñu mën a jànga ñu ko waree. Baensa wax na ne school bi ñu ngi góorgóorlu bu baax both internal exams ak external exams. Internal exams boobu mooy tax ñu promote xale from one grade to another. Internal exams xale bu pass internal exams pour mu jógee grade 7 mu dem grade 8 Babylon School duñ dee nangu loolu noonu parce que xale bi dafa war a jàng understand the syllabus coverage of grade 7 pour mu mun a dem grade 8 so xale bu passut dafay repeat classe boobu noonu. Baensa wax na ne external exams Babylon Comprehensive School ñu ngi góorgóorlu ci loolu parce que daaw 2024 worst exams suñu xale dafa am 9 credits moom moo nekk Abdul Salam Camara. Please tàccul leen ma Abdul Salam Camara moom moo nekkoon student bu nga xam ne dafa graduate daaw ci béréb bi mu am 9 credits moo nekk the best results ci Gambia or even within West Africa exams dëkk yu nekk di def exams yi. Abdul Salam 9 credits la am. Grade 9 exams last year xale yu graduate doon fii suñu xale bu am force aggregate 7 la am. Aggregate 7 right now mu ngi ñu start senior secondary school mu ngi jàng foofu noonu senior school. Baensa mu ngi gërëm teachers yi soo seetee Babylon Comprehensive Schools teachers yi nekk di teach si school bi ëpp doole bi yëpp jaar nañ University of the Gambia mais am nañ seen BSc pour wane ne mun nañoo teach si bépp senior school bu nekk si Gambia bi mun nañoo teach si collège bi sax parce que am na ñaari teachers ñoo xam ne ñu ngi teach si collège bi. Mr. Fofana moom mu ngi teach Gambia College day tey tur bi sax léegi University of Education Mr. Fofana mu ngi teach foofu noonu. Mr. Tawsu Kamara moom mu ngi also teach University of Education Gambia College so mu ngi wane ne teachers yi am Babylon Comprehensive School teachers yu am xam-xam lañ si subject areas yi nekk di teach ñi ngay jàngal xale yi mun a compete nekkul ne si Gambia bi rek waaye compete si adduna bi yëpp parce que ñi ngay prépare si students yi buñ nekk national students rek nañ nekk universal students nga xam ne UN sax nañ si jëlee xale ñu yóbbu ko America pour mu liggéeyal UN su nekkee bu ngeen liggéey UN nekkul ne Gambia rek la nekk di njëriñ dafa mel ni adduna bi yëpp la nekk di njëriñ. Baensa mu ngi gërëm partner si school bi xam na ne school bi duñ mën a def yëpp am na ñu nga xam ne ñoom ñoo boot school bi ba Babylon mu nekk school bu law si aduna bi parce que am nañu ko boot administration bi am nañu ko boot mu ngay gërëm di community of Lamin VDC ñooñu depuis buñ jàppee ba léegi bàyyi ñu ngay jàppale school bi trop ñu ngay jàppale administration bi waaye mu ngi lay wane ne xale yu graduate tey xale yu am yar ak teggin lañ xale yu màcc si jàng lañ loolu moo tax tey parents yi friends yi family members yëpp ñu ngi fii di celebrate gars yi please tàccul leen ma xale yu graduate tey tàccul leen ma gars yi parce que tey seen bés la ku ne ak sa bés te nit ki waruñ koy tuutal bésam tey ñoom bés bi lañ am ñoom moom bés bi ñu tàccul ma gars yi waat jërëjëf DJ tey mu neex jërëjëf DJ jërëjëf Baye Sa Touré sa kàddu yi rafet nañ lool ladies and gentlemen before we start I will recognize the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport. Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport, you are highly welcome and your presence is highly recognized in this August gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, please, today is a working day and the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport is a public servant and today he's supposed to have 2 meetings in Banjul but decided to come here before he goes to Banjul in order to attend that meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, there will be an interruption on the program guide in order to allow the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport to deliver the graduation speech of 2025, which is on the theme from graduation to nation building. That is the theme for the graduation 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, I will want to invite the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport. But before I invite the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport, I would like to read about his track record. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bakary Badjie is the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport. Lumay Warek, Sikalama Angale, Monica guest speaker for the graduation ceremony 2025, Monica Honorable Bakary Badjie, Monica guest speaker. Graduation fu mundi am guest speaker dafa wara am. Dama dee faral di wax naan without a guest speaker for any graduation ceremony, the graduation becomes meaningless and the graduation becomes worthless because the guest speaker will stimulate the graduates to be active participants on the side of nation building. Then that is why this year we choose no other person other than the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport. If I want to praise or say the track record of the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport, we might be here again next tomorrow. Then I will just want to give a big track record of the Honorable Minister. The Honorable Minister, before his appointment as the Minister of Youth and Sport, he was in the United States of America. So, before traveling, he worked in civil society organization. He worked with NGO before going to the United States of America. Before going, he contested for the mayoral election in order to serve his country. Then, not making it, he traveled to the United States of America because of his love and patriotism for the country. The President of the Republic of the Gambia, His Excellency Adama Barrow, decided to call him from the United States of America to come and serve this nation. Then that is why he couldn't have a better thing other than from graduation to nation building. He was working there. He decided to come back to leave his lucrative work in order to come and serve the country as the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport. Please, can we give a standing ovation in order to clap for the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport? We hail him as the Honorary Father. So, Honorary Father, you are welcome.
Good morning, good afternoon to the principal of Babylon Comprehensive School, Mr. Ba Ensa Ture, and thank you and congratulations for that very good statement that you just delivered, telling us the success of your school in the previous years and what you expect this year. And running a private school is never easy, but we say congratulations and thank you for doing your part in impacting education and value in our young people. To the Alcalo, or the representative of the Alcalo, the Chief Lamin Ture, we have the VDC chairman here, Mr. Gomez, and of course I found DPS Finance, DPS Drame from the Ministry of Finance, the Imam, the community leaders, parents, and their students of Babylon Comprehensive School. I bring you greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah to each one of you. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me first to congratulate the students of this wonderful school, Babylon Comprehensive School, on reaching this significant milestone in your academic journey, as well as your life as young people. It is a privilege for me to be invited as a guest speaker of the class of 2025 at the Babylon Comprehensive School. But it is a pride that I am able to have this opportunity to join you today as you celebrate 9 years of academic journey and for others 12 years of successfully completing the secondary education as required in the country. This event that we are today is one of those beautiful moments for every young person in your life. It is twofold. One, we are celebrating success after completing grade 12, but it is also a period where we say goodbye to people that we have been together for 3 years or for 6 years, and maybe for some of you it might be for 12 years. So it is a bitter sweet feeling, as people call it. Sweet because we celebrate completion of grade 12. Bitter because you'll be saying bye to friends whom you might not see again, especially if you have live in different parts and might have different ways. But whatever the case is, we hope your journey will take you from here to a bigger place, that you'll be able to continue the academic pursuits and be able to continue into something more meaningful in your life. But as you graduate, we all know that never think that you will not face hardship. Hardship is a reality of life, and each one of us that is working in an office today or is doing your own job as an employer or running a workshop or having a company have overcome or have faced in the past, but you manage to overcome it. That is the challenge that all of you will be encountering as you finish this school today. But again, there was time in our life when we didn't have phones, neither did we have electricity, or nor did we have sophisticated modes of transportation. And those were the most difficult times. But there were people that were able to sit and think and invent something that have helped us to be able to communicate among ourselves. There were people that sat down and did not waste their time in something that is meaningful, but thought about creating transportation as a vehicle or as an airplane. But today, people that have thought about creating social media for us to be able to communicate. These things were not available 100 years ago, but it took a human being, a person just like us, to sit and invent and be able to come up with all these innovations that today we are benefiting from. And that means that if a human being can utilize his or her mind properly, you should be able to do something that can be able to change the status quo that you are. And that is the task that we are giving to all of you that are today graduating from grade 12. It is not a secret that you have toiled and moiled for the past 12 years. And now you are graduating from school. But one thing is certain, this is just the beginning of another academic journey or a professional journey for each one of you. But you must remember that life is not a rat race, neither is it a 100 meters race. It is like a marathon requiring patience, reflection, and determination. But it's one thing is certain. You must remember that you must go according to your own pace. No matter how it is, what is important is the ending. And as long as the ending is beautiful, you will tend to forget the struggles that you face. And I'm saying this because I know that sometimes we are encouraged by our friends, and times we are influenced by our environment to do something that we do not want to do or it's not our intention. But that's why I said it is not a race. Pick your own battle and struggle to fight to win. And in the end, you'll be able to meet up with your friends who try to influence you to do something or take up a path that is not yours. But on this journey, you will see people that we will leave behind. And even as we are in school, from our grade 1 to our grade 6 and grade 9 and grade 12, we must have seen people that have dropped out of school. And today, they are not part of you graduating, but maybe they will see you with your ground. And they will be impressed that you have been able to hold on to graduate. There are some of them that might have graduated with you today, but this will be the end of their academic journey. But I hope that each one of you will take up a commitment not to make grade 12 the end of your academic journey. We task you to proceed and go search for higher education. Enroll yourself in the University of the Gambia, or the University of Science and Technology, or Gambia College, or whichever university you have. What is important is to have a post-secondary certificate that can place you at a higher advantage to be employed, because it is through that you will be able to contribute your part in nation development as captured in your graduation team. Yes, grade 12 used to be valued as an important level of education, but that is no more, because every year we see hundreds of students that are graduating in various institutions, from the University of the Gambia to the University of Science and Technology to Iowa to others. That means that those people are the ones that are going to compete for the jobs that are available in government as well as in the private sector. So you coming out with a grade 12 is certainly not going to be helpful, and I hope that we will take that as a challenge. But I'll tell you a little bit about myself, a little bit about my personal story. Some 24 years ago, I graduated from high school just like you at Nusrat Senior Secondary School. Before I left Nusrat, I used to have friends that I said we want to join in the army, that we want to be soldiers. But before that, I was a volunteer of the Red Cross, and I used to say I want to be a doctor because I wanted to care for people that are sick. Then high school, the doctor issue has gone. I wanted to be in the army. When I finished grade 12, my mom didn't want me to be a soldier because she thought I was not a soldier material. She said I was calm and quiet, and soldiers are not supposed to be like that. That is the mentality that people have. So she wanted me to go to higher education. I went and enrolled at the GDTI and did a law program. That was what was available at the time. Then from there, I went to MDI and did a management program. Graduating from those two institutions, I picked up my first job in 2004 as a program assistant for a civil society NGO called NACO. Then went on 2 years, I left and went to CPA. And that's where I worked until I left for the US in 2015. But, like I said, during those periods, I've been into many places. I've been a youth leader, I've been in the National Youth Council, I've been in the Canopy Municipality, I've worked in JRTS, all of those years. And I gathered quite a number of experience working in different sectors. Then I went to the US and continued my civil society work, later on switching to construction before I came back to contest for mayor, and I lost in 2018. But I went back to the US, and in 2020 I was appointed minister. That is a summary of my life as a young person growing up. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Is to tell you that life is a very unpredictable journey. That one time you are on this, another time you're into something else. But what is important, and that is what is worth remembering, is that one needs to have belief in yourself, in your skills, and in your ability to excel. And if you have those beliefs, you will certainly make it in life. And making it does not mean being a minister. It doesn't mean being a chief or being a principal. It means succeeding in the very job that you have chosen to do. Succeeding in the very career path that you prefer, and that's what your passion drives you to be. And I hope that in the next 20 years or in the next 15 years, each one of you that is graduating today would be able to look back and share a story of passion, a story of dedication, and a story of success for you, for your families, for your country, for your community, and for your country. Ladies and gentlemen, you ask yourself, what you want to be. Do you want to study in the medicine field, or you want to study law, or you want to study engineering, or public administration? Whatever that you want to do, persuade it to the end and be dedicated and committed. But one thing also I would want to say, and this is sadly, the nature of our society makes it difficult for us to excel in our passion. And for our ladies, sometimes marriage will come knocking on your doors. You might have parents who would convince you or try to convince you to get married. You would have friends that would try to convince you to get married. And yes, marriage is very good. But because I see a lot of graduates here being ladies, I want to urge you to continue to pursue your academic life. And that doesn't mean that you cannot get married. But marriage also has evolved to a level that we are supposed to be somehow independent to ourselves to be able to make it in life. But for the young men that are also graduating, a lot of social vices will come your way. You will have the temptation to take the back way, as we call it. But you will have the temptation to use drugs. But I hope that none of you will be a victim of back way journey, and none of you will be a victim of drug abuse, because those two are hindrance to the progress of yourself and the progress of your country. And we understand the challenges that we all face. But what is important is to work hard and be able to get yourself out of those. And like I mentioned, obstacles are bound to happen. My dear young people, no matter how tough life is, no matter the pressure, please remain focused and committed, because as you graduate, you have a responsibility to yourself and a responsibility to contribute towards the development of your community. But in the process of developing your community, you're also developing your country. And those of us that are leaders today, be it the alcalde, or the imam, or the chief, or the minister, our hopes are that the young people that are graduating these years, in the next years, will be the ones that will come over and take the responsibility of leading and developing this country. But that responsibility requires preparation, and now is the right time for you to prepare. There is an American senator who is called Cory Booker. Cory Booker is an African American, and he served in the Senate. And he said something that I want to quote to you. He said, real courage is holding on to a still voice in your head that says, I must keep going. The voice that says, I must keep going. It is that voice that says, nothing is a failure. It is not final. The voice that says to you, get out of bed, keep going, and I will not quit. And I hope that each one of you, every day you get up from bed, the first thing you think about is what you want to be in the future. And normally the challenges, you will hold on to it and keep going so that you'll be able to succeed. Our dear young graduates, today here I am standing as your minister. I know the challenges that each one of you is facing. I have lived it myself, and not long ago, I was a youth myself. But one thing is certain, I did work hard to get out of difficult situations, and I believe that each one of you would do the same. But be assured that as a government and as a ministry, we are working very hard to minimize the challenges that you young people face. This might take time, but the strides are evident, and it is possible to reduce the challenges that we all have. This will not happen in a vacuum, but not just through government alone. It must be a collective responsibility that each one of us would have, because national development starts from community development, and that community development is driven by the people and by the local leaders. Now we hope that you will join us in making that change at a personal level and making that change at our community level. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude my statement, I want to appeal to each one of you to continue dreaming, keep working hard, and never lose sight of the objectives as you set out on this new journey of yours of post-secondary education. Your dream can drive you past obstacles and attain the desired achievements that you want. Achievements that you can look back after 10 to 15 years and be proud of the choices that you have made. And I believe those will only be good choices and certainly not bad choices. While I say once more congratulations to all of you that are graduating today, I want to take this opportunity to express appreciation to the school, Babylon Comprehensive School, for having molded and guided all of you in the last 12 years and in the last 9 years. But I also want to say congratulations and appreciation to your parents for having helped and guided you throughout the journey of education. Because I know, without the achievement, without the help and assistance of parents, students would not have been able to reach the level that they are today. You all know Nelson Mandela of South Africa, who said, "A bright future beckons. The onus is on us through hard work, honesty, and integrity to reach the stars." So go out, reach the stars, make your parents and community proud, and make your country proud of you simply because you are good citizens of the country. And I hope as you leave today and go home, you will start thinking about what next after grade 12. And that what next is a decision that you must make now in consultation and in support of your parents and the authorities and leaders that you have. I want to end by saying thank you to the school for inviting me, and congratulations once again to our students that are graduating today. And those of you who are in grade 9, best of luck. We look forward to seeing you here in the next 3 years as you also graduate from grade 12. Congratulations and thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please can we give a big round of applause to the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport. Thanks so much, the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport. It was a mind-blowing speech geared towards inspiring and instigating the graduating class to be the best version of themselves as they complete tertiary, senior level, and upper basic level, moving to the tertiary and senior level respectively.